Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about magnetic flux. Magnetic flux, symbol for that magnetic flux is phi. What is the flux? Already we know about this. The total number of magnetic field lines passing through given area normal to it. Or otherwise the total number of magnetic field lines passing through the given area is called magnetic flux through that area. Mathematical expression for the flux, phi is equal to BA cos theta, or we can write flux phi is equal to B bar dot A bar. Here B bar is the magnetic field vector, A bar is the area vector of the surface. For example, consider this is the surface, this is the surface. Now area vector of this surface is always perpendicular to, consider this chalk piece as area vector. Now area vector of the surface is always perpendicular to surface. Area vector of this plane is always perpendicular to the plane. Now this is the plane of the closed surface. Now area vector is always perpendicular outwards like this. Here theta is a angle between area vector and the magnetic field. For example, consider this is the closed surface, this is the area vector, this is the magnetic field. Now angle between magnetic field and area vector is theta. Now the flux through this, the total number of magnetic field lines passing through this closed surface, phi is equal to BA cos theta, or in vector notation B bar dot A bar. Or otherwise, if this coil contains n turns, flux is equal to BAN cos theta. BN cos theta. This is the expression for flux, or the total number of magnetic field lines passing through any closed surface. Now here some special cases are there. First one, if theta is equal to 0 degrees, theta 0 means the angle between B bar and A bar 0. Consider this is the closed surface. Now the surface is like this here. This is the area vector, this is the magnetic field. Magnetic field area vector both are parallel. This is the surface. Now area vector and magnetic field both are parallel. Area vector magnetic field parallel means the magnetic field is perpendicular to plane of the surface. Plane. This is the closed surface. This is the surface. Now area vector, chalk piece represents area vector, and magnetic field is also like this. Theta 0 means area vector magnetic field both are parallel, nothing but the magnetic field is perpendicular to this surface or plane of the coil. Here area vector magnetic field parallel means the magnetic field is perpendicular to plane of the coil. Now the magnetic field is perpendicular to plane of the coil, otherwise area vector parallel to the magnetic field both give same meaning. Therefore theta is equal to 0, flux phi is equal to B A cos 0. Cos 0 is 1, therefore flux is equal to B A. This is the maximum value, maximum amount of flux. When the plane of the coil is perpendicular to magnetic field, the maximum amount of flux passes through that coil. Now, second one is, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, this is the area vector, this is the magnetic field. Now angle between these two is 90 degrees. From this we can understand, here area vector is perpendicular to magnetic field. Nothing but magnetic field is perpendicular to area vector means magnetic field is parallel to surface, plane of the coil, like this. Like this. This is the magnetic field is like this, area vector is perpendicular. Area vector always perpendicular to surface. Now magnetic field is parallel to plane of the coil, area vector is perpendicular to plane of the coil. Then theta value 90 degrees. Now flux phi is equal to how much? 0. BAN cos or BA cos theta. If there are n terms, take n. Otherwise, BA cos theta. In the place of theta, write 90, cos 90 value 0, therefore flux is equal to 0. If we see here, the area magnetic field is perpendicular to area vector means parallel to plane of the coil. Parallel to plane, the two give same meaning. When the magnetic field is parallel to plane of the coil, the flux linked with the coil is, the number of magnetic field lines passing through that coil is 0. Now third one is, if theta is equal to 180 degrees, see here, theta 180 means, this is the area vector, this is the magnetic field. Here also, area vector magnetic field are anti-parallel. Nothing but magnetic field is parallel to area vector, but direction is opposite. Magnetic field parallel to area vector means perpendicular to plane of the coil. Now flux phi is equal to BA cos 180 value minus 1, flux is equal to minus BA. This is a negative flux. Here, this is positive flux. In these two cases, if theta is equal to 0 or if theta is equal to 180 degrees, in these two cases, the magnetic field is perpendicular to plane of the coil. Parallel to area vector, okay. Another way, perpendicular to plane of the coil. When the magnetic field is perpendicular to plane of the coil, flux linked with the coil is maximum. But this is also maximum, but negative. This is maximum, but positive value. If you see this diagram, the magnetic field lines, the magnetic field is moving away from the plane of the coil, moving outwards. The magnetic field lines are moving outwards, means the flux leaving the surface. The magnetic flux leaving the surface is positive. Here, the magnetic flux is entering the surface. The magnetic field is entering the surface. The magnetic flux entering the surface is negative. This is about magnetic flux. Now, unit of the magnetic flux. Now, from this we can say, is it vector or scalar? The magnetic flux is a scalar product of two vectors, B bar, another one area vector A bar. Therefore, scalar product of two vectors gives a scalar. That's why magnetic flux is a scalar quantity. Unit of phi, unit of flux or unit of phi. Generally we know SI unit Weber, CGS unit Maxwell's. 1 Weber is equal to 10 power 8 Maxwell's. This is the relation between SI comma CGS unit of flux. Another units also there. There are another units also. From phi is equal to BA cos theta. This cos theta is, if theta is unitless and dimensionless, that's why cos theta, the term has no units and no dimensions, remove that. Now from that we can write phi is equal to BA. Cos theta has no units and no dimensions. Phi is equal to BA. Now from this we can write force acting on a pole in a magnetic force acting on a pole of portion small m in a magnetic field, F is equal to MB. Now from this we can write B is equal to F by M. Now here BA, in the place of B write F by M into area. F is force, unit is Newton, M is pole strength here, unit of pole strength is ampere meter, unit of area is meter square, SI unit. Meter square, meter cancel. Newton meter divided by ampere. This is 1 unit. Newton meter means force into distance. Force in distance means work done. Unit of work done is joule. joule per ampere. This is 1 unit of flux, joule per ampere. And also we can write another unit. Now here Newton meter by ampere, otherwise joule per ampere. Joule means work done. Work done W is equal to have QV formula, charge into potential difference. Now in the place of joule, I am writing charge into potential. Charge means charge is equal to, you can write IT into V. Now in the place of joule, I am writing I into T into V divided by ampere. Ampere is nothing but a current. Cancel more. Now V in T. V means volt, T means second. Now nth unit of flux is volt second. We have nth unit also. Nth unit also we can write volt second. Now from this, listen this, I into T V by I. IT means Q, QV by I. V by I means voltage by current means resistance, Q into R. Now from this we can write unit of charge is coulomb, charge is coulomb, unit of resistance is ohm, coulomb. This is also one of the unit of the magnetic flux. Now general unit is Weber, SI unit, CS unit is Maxwell. Other SI units are like this: joule per ampere, volt second, ohm coulomb. Resistance is ohm coulomb. Voltage by current is nothing but resistance, ohm coulomb. These are the units of the magnetic flux. Next, dimensional formula. Dimensional formula of flux, magnetic flux. Okay. Now from phi is equal to BA cos theta. This cos theta is a dimensionless quantity. For phi is equal to BA, already written. In the place of B we can write F by M into E. Now F is force. Dimensional formula of force is MLT power minus 2. Dimensional formula of area is L square. Dimensional formula of small m is pole strength. Ampere meter means IL. This is the dimensional formula. Pole strength here, M is pole strength. Ampere meter, so ampere means I, meter means dimensional formula is L. Now from that we can write dimensional formula of phi is M, cancel LL, ML square T power minus 2 I power minus 1. This is the dimensional formula of flux. From this we can write joule per ampere, this is the 1 unit. Now from this unit we can write the dimensional formula. Joule, ML square T power minus 2. Work nothing but, joule nothing but unit of work. Dimensional formula of work is ML square T power minus 2. Dimensional formula of ampere is I power capital I. Therefore, if you take that capital to denominator, ML square T power minus 2, I power minus 1. This is dimensional formula of magnetic flux. These are the units of magnetic flux. The magnetic flux is a scalar quantity. Now Faraday's laws. There are two laws. The first law, already yesterday we discussed. What is the electromagnetic induction phenomena? The generation of electric current due to varying magnetic fields. For that, to understand that phenomena, already we completed 3 experiments yesterday. Now from that experiments we can say, what is? Whenever the magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, whenever the magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, EMF induces in the coil. That is called Faraday's first law. Nothing but that is electromagnetic induction phenomenon. Now Faraday's second law. According to first law, when the magnetic flux or when the magnetic field linked with the coil changes, current induces in the coil, EMF induces, resultant current induces in the coil. Now, from Faraday's second law, the amount of the magnitude of the induced EMF is equal to negative rate of change of flux. This is a mathematical form of Faraday's second law. The induced EMF in a coil is equal to negative rate of change of flux. Here, negative symbol means the EMF opposes the change of flux. That's why we are using here negative symbol. This is Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law. Already we know the flux formula, phi is equal to BAM cos theta if it has n turns. If the coil has n turns, if the coil area is A, magnetic field is if we place the magnetic field, if we place the coil in a magnetic field B, now the flux linked with the coil formula that is. Now, if the flux linked with the coil changes, EMF induces in the coil, the amount of EMF induced, this is the formula. This is the mathematical expression. Now, how the flux changes? If the flux, magnetic flux depends on factors, the flux depends on strength of the magnetic field, area of the coil, number of turns in the coil, theta. Theta means the angle between A bar and B bar. If strength of the magnetic field changes, flux changes. If the strength of the magnetic field in the coil changes, flux linked with the coil changes, then EMF induces. If the area of the coil changes, EMF induces. If number of turns of the coil changes, what happens? Flux changes. Resultant EMF induces in the coil. If theta changes, means if the coil rotates in the magnetic field, if the coil rotates in the magnetic field, the angle between A bar and B bar changes. That's why flux linked with the coil changes. Resultant EMF induces. Okay. Here the flux depends on these factors. For example, this is the magnetic field. Let B is the strength of the magnetic field. The magnetic field is perpendicular into the plane of the board. The magnetic field extended from point P to point Q. In this region, the magnetic field is extended. Now, I am considering a square loop of area A. Now, the square loop is in the plane of the board. Magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Now, angle between area vector and magnetic field, theta is equal to maybe 0 degrees. Area vector is always perpendicular to the plane of the board. Always perpendicular to this plane of the coil. Okay. Area vector perpendicular to the plane of the coil. Magnetic field is also from this figure we can say magnetic field is also perpendicular to plane of the board, means perpendicular to plane of the coil. Magnetic field is perpendicular to plane of the coil and area vector also perpendicular to the plane of the coil. That's why I am taking theta value 0. Okay, listen. Now we are moving this coil. So, plane square coil like this from P to Q. Up to here, up to Q, the magnetic flux linked with the coil is constant. But when this coil crosses the Q, now listen. When this coil crosses the Q, the point Q, now the magnetic flux linked with this coil decreases. Means this coil is moving out of the magnetic field. Therefore, magnetic field decreases. Means flux linked with the coil decreases. Means flux linked with the coil changes. If the flux changes, what happens? EMF induces. The induced EMF expression is like this. If it completely goes out of the field, magnetic flux will become 0. There is no EM inducing EMF. But when from point P to Q, when the coil is well inside the magnetic field, when the coil is well inside the magnetic field, means when the coil moves well inside the magnetic field, the flux linked with the coil does not changes, the EMF does not induces. But when in this case here note, if you see here, as it moves out of the magnetic field, the magnetic flux linked with the coil decreases. EMF induces. Okay. Whenever the flux link with the coil, EMF induces from this is Faraday's first law. Now the induced EMF is equal to this is. Now the flux, on what factor the flux depends? Strength of the magnetic field, area of the coil, number of turns and also theta. In these factors, if any one changes, flux changes. If the flux changes, we have Faraday's first law and Faraday's second law.